right away, I'm going to tell you I'm super excited for this one, because for all the people that are looking for a build where you guys want to feel like a tank and at the same time deal absolutely insane DPS, no matter what boss you're fighting, no matter if you're doing a hard mission, whatever it is, this is going to be the build for you. You're not going to be squishy. You have so much survivability. It's incredible. And you're dealing millions of damage at the same time. For all the people that don't know, I stream both on YouTube and on Twitch. We have a super chill community. So if you need any help with bosses, or if you're interested in some cool builds, make sure to hop in. We always have a fun time. First, we're going to start off with Descendant modules. We are going to be utilizing the Descendant mod Super Senses. The way this build is put together, you are going to have 100% uptime on this beauty right here. That means you're always going to be able to shoot your Afterglow sword. We're going to talk about the weapon separately. Once again, let's get back to the Descendant modules. So what this does essentially, guys, is it gives you infinite ammo at a set fire rate. You guys can see fixed fire rate, 48 rounds per minute. That means that no matter what weapon you use, that is the fire rate it's going to have. And this works really well with heavy hitting snipers or single fire grenade launchers, for example. If you take a look, we have cooldown at 15.2 seconds and then duration at 15 seconds. So you have crazy amounts of uptime on this, right? On top of that, if you just use maximize recovery, you're going to have the duration of 18.7 seconds. So that one is also going to be maxed out and you're going to have it up at all times. Now let's take a look at the mods that make these cooldowns possible, and we're also going to talk about why this build feels like a tank. First module is maximize duration. Skill duration is at plus 40%. Skill power modifier is minus 21% or 21.1%, but that's not important. We're using this build to maximize our damage with our sniper and in general our weapons. Next one, increased defense. Then we have increased HP. Shot focus is up next. Firearm attack plus 15%. Skill power modifier minus 15%. Once again, we don't care about the skill power with this overall setup. Sensory depth. This is huge for this build because it gives us incoming damage modifier minus 10.5%. Max MP minus 6%, but Gley doesn't even care about MP, so this is perfect. This is also going to give you so much more survivability. Long distance maneuvering. MP conversion, skill cooldown minus 36.5%. These mods are perfect for Gley. Nobody cares about MP on this character, so it makes it absolutely amazing for our loadout. Nimble fingers, more skill cooldown. HP amplification, we get max HP increased by 227.2% and max shield minus 36.5%. Once again, Gley does not have a shield. Perfect mod. Skill extension, which will increase our skill duration by 36.5%. This is what makes this rotation absolutely beautiful when it comes to uptime. So you definitely want to run this one. And then finally, walk a tightrope when HP is 50% or lower, skill power modifier plus 30%. And the same goes for firearm attack. We get an extra 30% increase. Now we're going to take a look at our stats here. You will see that we have 42,000 defense and almost 20,000 HP. So even when you're at 50% HP, which is going to activate your tightrope module, you're still sitting at around 10,000 HP. This is what makes this build so good. On top of that, when you have 42,000 defense in combination with sensory depth, you feel like an absolute tank. You can stand in front of bosses. You can just face tank so much and not worry about it. And at the same time, you're going to be dealing ridiculous damage thanks to super senses and a sniper like Afterglow, or if you don't have Afterglow, maybe you have piercing light. Now let's take a look at the components so that you see how we reach these numbers, because modules are not the only thing that make this possible. In order to get 42,000 defense and all that HP that we have, the main thing though that we're going to benefit from these components is that while we're below 50% HP, these components also increase, once you get the full set, obviously, increase our damage by 26%. So this is a perfect combination with the tightrope module. However, when it comes to HP and defense, this is where it also shines. I farmed a lot of these and I finally got max HP roll, and it's sitting at 853 HP. Right? This is what makes it possible to hit those higher numbers. On this one, we have chill resistance. Okay, before I forget, this is also important. All of these pieces have different resistances. Now, in the perfect case scenario, on the auxiliary auxiliary power, I want to get fire resistance and max HP, both rolled yellow. That is going to be what I'm looking for. And the reason for that is if you get every piece with a different resistances, it overall makes you tankier no matter what enemy you're going against. Right here, we have toxic resistance, then we have electric resistance, and finally we have chill resistance. The only thing that I'm missing is fire resistance. On the memory, we also have defense, which is sitting at 3,768. All of these things really help us to bump our stats up, and that's what makes the character feel so tanky. I'm gonna take this off, boom, just like that, and take a look. 15,000 HP. So just with that one piece, I get an increase of almost 5,000 HP from one piece. That's why it's very important to take your time and farm these items, because they are gonna make your character 10 times better overall. Let's talk about the weapons. The main combination, as mentioned, you want for this build in order to work perfectly with super senses is gonna be a sniper. Now, if you have the Afterglow sniper, it is the best one you can utilize, or piercing light is also incredible. Let's take a look at the rolls. Firearm critical hit damage, firearm attack, firearm critical hit rate, and weak point damage. If you can get these rolls, these are best of the best. Let's take a look at the mods here. Better insight, weak point sight, then we have action and reaction, because we don't really care about recoil on this one. This is pretty easy to control. And for that recoil, we get firearm attack plus 61%. Concentration priority, it makes our reload horrible, pretty much increases it by 30%. Firearm critical hit damage, however, goes up by 33.9%, and we're not going to be reloading anyway, so this is a perfect mod. And speaking of reload, that is why we're going to be using weak point expansion. A lot of people were like, Pip, why are you not running strengthened first shot? And the reason is because we're running super senses, you're not going to have to reload. If anything, if you were to reload, it will hurt your overall DPS because you're just consistently shooting. And this one, weak point expansion, just pops up from time to time. Every 10 seconds, it's gonna deal 140% more weak point damage, and at the same time, you're not wasting any seconds on the reload. Then we have rifling reinforcement, toxic enhancement, focus fire, inside focus, and better concentration. You're gonna be breaking those weak spots very easily, and on top of that, it's gonna work against any boss. Like, no matter what boss you're fighting, you are going to be doing a lot of damage simply because you're not caring about the heavy ammo economy. Like, you have it up 24/7 with the setup. For the second weapon, we're going to be using the Eternal Willpower. These are going to be the mods that we're utilizing. This is not fully upgraded yet. I need to reset it 2 more times and it's going to be done. I'm going to upload a separate video for this one once I decide what the end game build is going to be for this. And the third weapon, fully upgraded, Greg's Reversed Fate. And when I say fully upgraded, I mean I've crafted it 5 times. Do not forget, it is getting a buff very soon. I'm also going to drop a separate video once this weapon is finished and fully upgraded. For the weapons, one thing to keep in mind, we're mostly rotating through these 2 weapons. Currently, Greg, as mentioned, isn't fully upgraded. Putting this build together, you're going to have a loadout where you feel really tanky. You're not going to be a glass cannon, but at the same time, you're going to be dealing tons of damage. As mentioned, you're going to be able to solo any boss. You're going to be absolutely phenomenal in team compositions, because who doesn't want a sniper with infinite heavy ammo, right? Dealing millions of damage. Like, oh, we accidentally picked up some HP. Just look at this, though. You can just literally stand here. And this is like a DPS character. You do not care. Okay, let's just see if this... Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, look at the flames. Yeah, look at the flames, bro. Woo! Oh, I'm going for this shit. Let me tell you that much. Oh, yes, sir.
I saw that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sit down. See ya. Later. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Ooh, he does not. Oh, he does not like that. So much damage, dude. And the fact that you have these shots pretty much non-stop is kind of wild. Take this angle here. Oh, he said no to that angle. So it's like, I don't want you to take the angle, Pip. You can heal up in a little bit, but first I'm gonna destroy many of these as I can. After this, actually, I'm gonna turn off Frenzied here. Switch to my secondary weapon. Get some ads. And this is where these resistances that we have on our components really does come in handy. We're over 50%, but I'm actually going to stay here just to showcase that, you know, the damage is still very, very good. We're going to just run through the poison because I don't really care about it that much. If we do get below 50, I mean, at the end of the day, it really does benefit us. Take some high ground, maybe even over here. Switch to the sniper. Oh, that would have been cool if I managed to hit that weak spot on the shoulder. There we go. I like that. I'm gonna go for the shoulder here. Just keep hitting it. It's probably gonna manage to get into the phase again. But the damage is awesome, man. And the fact that we're so tanky with this build is what makes it so much fun for me personally. You don't have to worry about dying all the time. Very simple build. You just gotta hit those shots. Feeling like a tank and a DPS character at the same time is just a lot of fun in general. I don't like glass cannon builds. I mean, I like them, don't get me wrong. They're cool to play, but when you're playing like the very hard content, dying every second isn't really the fun part for me personally, you know? I'd rather do a little bit less damage if it is, and just be able to tank stuff like that, you know? That to me is fun. Get a better angle maybe. There we go. Easy peasy. Get him out of here. Obviously, if I wanted to, we could just try to heal up, not rush it, take our time. But yeah, the point of this build is that you're gonna have amazing survivability and amazing damage at the same time. If you guys did enjoy the video, and only if you did, slap the like, sub to the channel. I got more content on the way. Thank you so much for all the love and support. As always, stay positive, stay disciplined, and I'll see you all on the next one.
Let's go! Let's go, baby! Let's go!
I mean, we literally have the best community of all time. Oh! Oh, he got no scoped!